who don't talk certain way, don't do certain things. We are all different. Yeah.
What?
Rod Carew has a white man's heart in his body. It is from a white dude. A lot of people
would say that was true before the transplant as well.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I mean, he's alive because it's the heart of a white dude. You really cannot buy that shit. Can you imagine that we're still talking about a lot of the things? And you know. By
the way, we do not advise anyone going online to look for places where you can buy the heart of a white man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you probably won't find one. He wouldn't give it up.
Dark
anyway.
web.
Yeah, dark web. You know, but I'm just, you know, it's Tymon, you need a racial bias class. I do? Really? For what? You know, I mean, now, do we have a little bit of prejudice in us or discriminative? Yeah, we do, because we're born, because of the way, when we're born, we are born as a blank slate. No one has injected their bullshit in us. But whoever your parents are, you know, like when David Duke's son was born, okay, he got the injections of a racist in him. He had no choice. You know, whereas the rest of us, you know, I got the white man's the boogeyman. I got that shit. You know, hey, my mother's female Malcolm X. You know, my dad's a white motherfucker. Everything, all that shit, all day long. And then, you know, the rundown of the black man and all the stuff here. You got all that every day. You know, and so some people got different things, but I don't think that, you know, it's amazing that we're still that have, in order to go buy a cup of coffee or sell you a cup of coffee, I need a racial bias class. What? That's I mean, it just blows me away that you
know,
see,
I don't disagree with you at all.
Right.
But you know, for the same reason, we have to have signs in the bathrooms at these places saying employees must wash hands.
Yeah.
You know, do we really need that in this day and age? I mean, yeah, you know, you have to take a food handler's class to get a job at a restaurant, or at least to keep it, you know. Do we need these things? Apparently, yes, we do. So with that, well, you look like you have one final thought.
That, you know, I was just probably, I will never be understood, and it doesn't matter. I understand. But I know that I will never be understood, and I'm glad. It's like I always look at myself as a misfit toy. Anyway, I am the elf that wants to become a dentist. I am that guy.
Well, and what it comes down to for the people who like to complain about these things is it's the difference between do and should. Yeah. You know, a lot of folks who claim that there is no problem with racism, that actually reverse racism is the problem. Yeah. But a lot of them, you know, are confusing should and do when it comes to stuff like affirmative action.
Right.
Should we need affirmative action in this day and age? No, we shouldn't. We have experienced enough of history. We have seen what horrible things humans are capable of doing in the name of racial purity or keeping the races divided. We have seen that. Should we need something like affirmative action? Should we need racial bias training for all employees at Starbucks? No, we shouldn't. But do we need it? Yeah, as long as racism is part of the system and it is institutionalized and there are people fighting to defend it.
Right. I was just going to say, with affirmative action, because it was never a level playing field, you need it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean,
should we need it?
Yeah.
No, we should be beyond that.
No.
Do we need it?
No.
Yes, we do.
No, that I do believe.
Yeah.
Because of that. Now, racial bias classes to give you an understanding. But I'm saying that, and I know that people would try to tie in affirmative action to racial bias, but affirmative action was basically put together because it was not a level playing field. You lied. You did not want me to have education, because if I do get education, if I do gain knowledge, which a lot of people are doing this because of their lack of knowledge, is because of that you're going to figure out what really went on and what really happened and what's it all about if you dig deep enough. you'll find out, wow, so this shit was just put together. This is straight psychological warfare. And I was, they did it to keep themselves in power, to make other people feel less than. And you find that whether you're in China, because Mao did it, and Hitler did it, it's the same plan. You get all the peasants or you get the poor white folks to do what you want them to do, to get them, because they lack knowledge. And they do it. And when they figure out, so by the time they really figure out what's going on, the narrative has already been sold. You cannot, the ship has left the dock and it's not coming back. And that's why that shit's lasted as long as it has, because you put things in play. You got people to believe into a philosophy that was not true. Even that the scientists, when they were doing the whole measurement of brains and all this shit, that was all bullshit. Oh, the black man is dumber because he's da-da-da-da-da. He's got this wrong with him. No, that's not what that is. And found out that it was all biased.
This is also, coming from a time when doctors said that smoking was healthy for you.
Yeah. Well, actually, this was farther back.
Yeah, but it's
that same thing. And so,
but he's a doctor.
Yeah, and it took a guy to actually question the way things were put together and said, hey, this is not true. So,
strange how that happens.
Right? Yeah, that they come this far. So
there's your wrap up. Do we need these things? Yes. Should we? No. So be better people. I mean, if you're listening to this show, you're already an awesome person.
Right.
And we want to thank you for listening. We hope you come back next week. We will be here. You can find us on the social media.
Tymon at Facebook, and Tymon Shipp at Facebook, and then Tymon Shipp at Twitter.
There you go. And you can find me on the Facebook, on Twitter at Stand Up Fall Down. And you can find this show on Twitter at Let's Be Treasonable, LETSB TREASONABL. We leave off 2 of the E's and pass on the savings to you. If you like the show, please spread the word. Tell everyone about it. If you didn't, keep it to yourself. We won't mind. Until next week, I'm Dr. David Robinson.
And Tymon Shipp.
And we will see you next week. Goodbye.